Hi, I'm Gina. Thanks for joining me today. This video is going to focus on some core strength and back strength to help support our spine, whether you're a rider and you want better posture in the saddle or you just need better posture throughout the day. This sequence should help to focus on abdominal muscles, the muscles that wrap around the side of the body, the muscles in the back, and the hip, the outer hips, the glute med muscles, which are also part of our core structure from the diaphragm all the way down to the tops of the thighs. So just have a mat or other non-slip surface to practice on. You don't need any other props in particular, unless you would like to have some yoga blocks if you know that you like to use them for additional support. So we're going to start in extended child's pose. So come down to your mat, start in a table pose to set a foundation. Bring your big toes together, bring the knees towards the outside edges of your mat. Bring your hands towards the outside edges of the mat. Think of letting the pelvis tip forward and then send your hips back towards your heels and gently let the forehead release down to the mat. If your forehead doesn't come all the way down, you can take your hands, you can stack your hands, make fists with your hands. You can use that yoga block, or you can use a cushion or a couple books or whatever you have if you need some support for the neck, the head and the neck. So we're going to start by focusing on our breath. So as you're in this shape, begin to take a deeper breath in and a longer, slower breath out. Gently breathing in and out of the nose. Feel the back of the body rise as you inhale. And maybe feel the body sink a little closer to the mat as you exhale. So keep that steady rhythm going with your breath. You can do a little gentle roll of the head side to side if the head's making connection, if the forehead is on the mat or on your block or stacked up on your hands. You can do a little gentle roll side to side here, a little massage across the forehead. Again, keep breathing. And then very gently let the head come back to center. Pressing into the hands. If your hands are under the forehead, just bring the arms, extend the arms forward. Press into the palms, come up to table pose. So finding a neutral position here for the spine. So spread the fingers wide, wrist under shoulders, knees under hips. The crown of the head is reaching forward. The gaze is a little bit out in front of your hands to keep that length in the back of the neck. As you exhale, round your spine, draw the belly in and up, let the head release down, crown of the head reaching towards the mat. And then inhale, let the pelvis tip forward, lift the heart and the sternum, take the gaze forward and up, feeling that stretch through the front of the body. So keep that going with the breath. So just warming up through the spine here. Exhale into your cat pose. Inhale into cow pose. Good. A few more times. Just move with your breath here. Good. Once more. And then gently bring yourself back to that neutral table pose. Again, think of drawing the lowest ribs towards the hips, so we're keeping those core muscles engaged already. And now slide your right leg back, toes to the mat, press through the heels, center yourself on your mat so you have some space back there. And then just do a little roll forward and back across the toes of that extended leg. So just get a little massage across the sole of the foot. And then press back through that right heel. Lift the right leg up to hip height. Again, keep the core muscles engaged. Don't let your abs drop down, don't let the ribs sink down. And then we're going to just lift and lower this leg here. So think of inhaling, lengthening through the heel. Exhale, just barely let the big toe tap down to the mat. And then inhale, lift it back up, hip height. Exhale, lower down. Lift so high that you lose the neutral alignment of your pelvis. You want the pelvis to stay level. So you should feel that in those lower abdominal muscles, transverse abs, maybe a little bit in that glute muscle in the back of the bum. Good. Now, keep that leg extended, press through the heel, a couple breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Imagine that every muscle in the leg is hugging to the bone, so we're not just letting that leg be dead weight hanging, extending there. We're reaching through the heel. And then release the right foot down, release the right knee down, slide your left leg back. So press through the heel, again, find that nice length, and then do that little roll forward and back across the toes. That left foot, nice stretch across the sole of the foot. Make sure you're still breathing, finding that rhythm. Now press through the left heel, press into the top of the right foot for stability. Inhale, lift the left leg up, and then exhale, lower down, just barely tap the toe to the mat. Inhale, lift it up, and exhale and lower down. Go a couple more times. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale as you lower down. Still think of all that energy in the leg. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Now this time, inhale, lift, and stay there a couple breaths. Again, don't lift so high that your left hip lifts. Keep the toes pointing down so they go spiraling that thigh inward. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale. And exhale. And then gently release the left toes down, release the left knee down. Sit back on your heels just for a moment, just kind of shake out the arms, just release any tension in the wrists since they've been supporting you for just a moment. And we're gonna work a little bit upper body here. So come back again to that table pose. This time, we're gonna reach the right arm forward. So extend your right arm forward, palm facing in. And now lift the arm just a little bit, so it's just up alongside the ear, maybe a little higher than you would lift it. We're going to do another little sequence here with the arm a little lower. But as you lift that arm up, can you feel that engagement of those core muscles, especially on that right side? Couple breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Good, another breath. Inhale. And exhale. Now release the right hand down, and now reach your left arm forward. Same thing, kind of start at shoulder height and then lift it up just a little bit so you can get, again, a little bit more activation of those core muscles, front of the body. Inhale, and back of the body for that matter. Inhale and exhale. And you might notice that one arm is a little easier than the other. Inhale and exhale. Now release the left hand down. So let's extend the right leg back, press through the heel, lift the right leg, extend your left arm forward. So this time just at shoulder height. Now we're gonna exhale, bring the elbow and the knee in towards the midline, but keep neutral spine, we're not crunching. And then inhale, extend the arm and the leg back out. A couple times with the breath. Exhale, bring that elbow and knee in towards the midline. And extend all the way back out. So think of bringing your elbow, right elbow towards your left elbow towards your left hip, and your right knee towards your right elbow. So we're not really crossing the midline there. Good, one more time. Exhale. And inhale. Now release the left hand, release the right leg. So come to child pose this time. Again, let the wrist release a little bit, turn the palms up, maybe wiggle through the fingers a little bit. Inhale and exhale. And then very gently press back into the hands, and we're going to come back up and do the second side. So slide your left leg back, press through the heel, extend the right arm forward, lift the left leg. Inhale and exhale. Good, and as you exhale, again, think of bringing that right knee and right elbow in, but keep core engaged, keep neutral spine. Inhale, extend the arm and the leg. Exhale, bring everything in. Inhale, extend the arm and the leg. A couple more times here. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Once again, exhale. And inhale. Now release the right hand, release the left leg. Exhale, round to a cat pose just for a stretch here. And then inhale back to table pose. So make sure, again, wrists are right under shoulders. Curl your toes under. Lift the knees a couple inches off the mat, coming to a hovering table pose here. Again, feel those core muscles engage. Breathe, inhale. And exhale. Good, another breath, inhale. And exhale. Now release the knees down to the mat. Bring your hands in front of your shoulders now. You can back up a little bit if you need to. So now hands in front of the shoulders. Lift the knees this time. Sit bones up and back. Bent knee, downward facing dog. So really press into the fingertips, the base of the knuckles. Send the sit bones up and back. You can pedal the feet here a little bit if you'd like. Get another stretch up the back of the leg. And then gently begin to walk your feet towards your hands. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Take tiny little steps. Walk all the way up to a standing forward bend. Feet hip distance apart. Let the knees bend. You can take hold of opposite elbows. Let the crown of the head dangle down. Inhale and exhale. And then releasing the hands, bring the hands to the fronts of the shins or the tops of the thighs. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold all the way back down. 2 more times. Inhale, come halfway up. Again, think lowest ribs, draw towards the hips, find those core muscles. Exhale, fold all the way down. Good, 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Now this time press into the feet, hands to the hinge of the hip, lengthen through the spine, come all the way up to stand. Once you come up to standing, find your mountain pose. So feet hip distance apart. Lift all your toes up off the mat, spread the toes, place the toes down, lift the inner arch of the foot, lift the kneecaps, lift the sternum, energy through the crown of the head, arms down by your side. So thinking here, this basic mountain pose, can you engage the muscles of your core to support you? So we don't want to just stand there and just let all the muscles kind of go. Bleh. So think of lowest ribs, draw towards the hips, feel that energy reaching down through the feet, down through the fingertips. Find your breath. Again, think of that full, long breath in, long, slow breath out. You can close your eyes for a moment if you'd like. And then very gently let the eyes open. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. Reach up through the fingertips. Exhale, float the arms gently back down by your side. Just 2 more times, just like that. Sun breath. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. Exhale, release the hands all the way back down. Good, 1 more time. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. This time, keep the fingertips extended up. Find a focal point, something to gently gaze at, a drishti. And then as you inhale, lift your heels up off the mat. And then exhale, lower your heels back down. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, lower your heels back down. So feel those core muscles working. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, lower back down. Good, 1 more time. Inhale, lift the heels up. And exhale, lower the heels down, lower the arms back down. Good, so little balancing, another little balancing sequence here, again, for our core. So float the arms all the way up, reach up through the fingertips. Bring your right leg out to the side, toes touching, big toe touching the mat. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, reach up and over to your left. Think crescent moon here. Really press down into that left foot, lowest ribs draw towards the hips, find that core strength. Then if you'd like, you can challenge yourself by flexing that right foot, picking the toes up off the mat. Think of energy in that leg. So press through the heel, hug all the muscles of the legs to the bones. Inhale and exhale. Now release the right toes back down. Inhale the arms up. Release the right leg. Release the hands down by your side. Pause for a moment. Come to your mountain pose. Close the eyes. Notice how you feel. And then gently let the eyes open. So now once again, float the arms all the way up. Reach up to the fingertips. Bring your left leg out to the side. Toes touching. Exhale, reach up and over to your right. Press down into that right foot. Left, flex the left toes. Press through the heel. You can always keep those toes on the mat. You can always be beside a wall or a piece of furniture to hang on to for your help with your balance. Make sure you're breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Then as you're ready, release the left toes down. Come back to center, land that leg in, release the hands again down by your side. This time bring your hands to your heart. Close the eyes again for a moment. Inhale and exhale. Then gently let the eyes open. So we're going to do a little flow and come in and out of chair pose a couple times. So if you're at the top of your mat, fine. If not, come to the top of your mat. Find your mountain pose. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down, standing forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen through the spine. So again, lowest ribs draw towards the hips, so we're finding that core connection here. Now bend your knees out over your toes, sit bones behind you. Reach your arms forward. Your arms can be at shoulder height, your arms can be up alongside the ears. But find that core strength here. Inhale. And exhale, and then fold all the way down, hinging at the hips. Release the forehead down. Inhale again, come halfway up. Just take that chair pose, sweep those arms forward. Inhale and exhale. Now working a little bit, again, core, adding a little bit more core here. Bring your right hand to your sacrum, bring your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Twist to your right. So those internal and external oblique muscles that wrap around the torso are helping us twist here. Inhale and exhale. And then come back to center, bring the palms together, bring the arms forward, come all the way up, bring the arms nice and wide, feel that nice stretch to the front of the body, and then bring the palms back together. Exhale, fold all the way down, let the knees bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale again, find your chair pose, sweep those arms forward, sit bones back behind you. Make sure you have even weight, all four corners of the feet, tiny bit more weight in your heel. So making sure you're not tipping into your toes or leaning way back into your heel. Ground through all parts of the foot. Left hand to the sacrum, right hand to the outside of the knee. Left knee, twist to your left. Make sure your knee, that right knee, it can track a little bit forward of the left one, but make sure it doesn't wing towards the left one or wing to the outside. So it can track just a tiny bit forward, but make sure it doesn't wing in or out away from that left knee. Good. So come back to center, palms touch, and once again, bring the arms all the way up, lift the heart and the sternum, and then bring the palms back together, hands to the heart. Again, fold all the way down, standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway up, nice length in your spine. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to the mat. We're gonna step back to downward facing dog. Right leg steps back, left leg steps back. Find that nice length in your spine. You can pedal the feet here again, or you can keep the knees bent or the legs straight. Inhale and exhale. And then release the knees down to the mat. Come to table pose once again. So make sure the wrists are right under the shoulders and the knees are right underneath the hips. Spread the fingers wide. Extend your right leg back, toes to the mat. Bring your left leg back beside the right. Come to a plank pose. You can always take a modification by bringing your knees down to the mat, but keep those core muscles engaged. Think of drawing the lower ribs towards the hips. Make sure your hips aren't sagging down. Lift those hips up, so straight line from shoulders to hips to heels. Inhale and exhale. Now draw your lower belly in and up, sit bones up and back. Come to downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, come back forward to your plank pose. Don't let the hips sag down. Lengthen through the spine. Now, very gently, tap your knees down to the mat. Lift them back up, press through the heels. tap your knees down, lift them back up. If your knees were down, you can lift one leg, press through the heel, and then the other leg, that knee, and press through the heel. So a couple variations here, tapping and lifting. And then once again, sit bones up and back, come to your downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. Now bring your knees down to the mat. Come back to that table pose once again. Exhale, round to a cat pose. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, lift the heart and the sternum, cow pose. Once again, exhale. And inhale. And then come back again to neutral. Slide your right leg back. Your left leg back. Find that plank pose. Press through the heels. Now roll forward across your toes. Bring your knees to the mat. Pick your feet up, crisscross your ankles. Bend your elbows back towards your hips. Lower all the way down to your mat. One straight line. Straighten the legs. Hands beside the chest. Hug the elbows in. Inhale. Lift the forehead. Lift the upper chest. Baby cobra. Exhale. Lower down. Strengthening muscles in the back of the body. Press into the feet. Inhale. Lift up. Make sure you're not pushing up with your hands. Exhale, lower down. Good, one more time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Now inhale, press into the hands, come to table pose, and then downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. So one more little flow here. So look towards your hands, come back through that plank pose. Release the knees down. Pick the feet up, crisscross the ankles, lower down to your belly, bend those elbows, lower all the way down, straighten the legs. This time, bring your fingertips off the mat, elbows a little bent, draw the shoulder blades together, forehead to the mat, press into the feet. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up, draw those shoulder blades together. Exhale, lower down. Good, one more time, draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Now bring your hands beside your chest. Inhale to table pose. Pause here, neutral spine. Exhale, round to a cat pose. And then send your hips back towards your heels. Come back to that child pose. You can let the forehead release down, or again, maybe stack up your hands. Couple breaths here. Breathe into the back of the body. Just notice how you feel. Notice the rhythm of your breath, the beating of your heart. And then as you're ready, slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Again, once you come up, maybe just close the eyes again for a couple more moments. Again, just checking in. See how you feel. Just let the breath be easy and effortless. And then as you're ready, gently let the eyes open. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that little flow. Again, great for focusing on our core muscles, you know, the muscles in the front of the body, the muscles in the back of the body, the ones that wrap around the side, and then again down into the tops of the hips, our glute med muscles. So please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, check out Grey Horse Yoga in the info section below. I teach an online Zoom class every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Would love to see you there. And I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Thanks. Have a great day.